What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to yet another touchdowns to home runs. Now, straight off the bat, like my last two videos, I'm still having technical difficulties with the camera, so right now it's just my audio and everything, so I apologize for that. Please bear with me. I'm gonna get on the camera soon, hopefully. I'm gonna get my camera rolling and I'm gonna go. I have some videos in mind already for me to shoot. One of them is my jersey collection video, which I know a lot of you have been asking for. So that one will be coming once I figure out the whole camera situation. But this video, I just want to talk about, we don't really need me in front of the camera anyways for this one. I just want to talk about Joe Burrow post his two games that he's just played. He played his first game against the LA Chargers, lost that one on a missed field goal, missed tying field goal by Cincinnati's kicker. And then just last night, the Cleveland Browns won 35-30 against the Bengals. And I just want to talk about how Joe Burrow has played the last two games for Cincinnati. His first two games in the NFL. I want to talk about how he's done as a quarterback, how he's done in terms of the NFL, and how all of this, like, how Joe Burrow's career is going to go in the future, and just give him an overall grade of how he's done so far. I got my Joe Burrow LSU jersey on. I unboxed that in a video, so if you haven't seen that, definitely go check that out because it is a beautiful jersey and you can't see it right now. So I definitely go watch that to check it out. And there is a special, I want to say there is something unique about this jersey that I wasn't expecting to happen with this jersey. So if you're interested in that, definitely go check it out. But now let's get into just talking about how Burrow's done the last two games. So let's just take a look at his stats right off the bat. He has 509 total yards passing for 3 TDs. He has a 61.9% completion percentage for Burrow there. That's pretty good for 3 TDs. His passer rating, QB rating, is 54.2, which is 24th in the NFL right now. Not the greatest, but his yards is number one in the NFL. Now, that may be because he's played an extra game than mostly everyone in the NFL. But he still has more than Baker Mayfield, and he's played the same amount of games. So Burrow, his stats are good. They're not great. He's thrown a lot of passes. Thrown 97 passes out of those two games, which is a lot, almost 50 per game on average. Last night, I think he threw like 61 passes or something like that. So he's had his hands full with throwing the ball. Cincinnati isn't afraid to let the rookie QB throw the ball and everything. They're letting him throw the ball. They're still using Mixon and everything, but they are definitely not afraid to pass the ball on third down situations, third and short situations, fourth and short situations. We've seen the Bengals go for a lot of fourth downs with Burrow already. And obviously, something that is definitely taking Burrow down and really keeping him from really going out his first two games and just having monster games is the fact that his offensive line, that Bengals offensive line, is just not holding up at all. He is getting pressure instantly in his face as soon as that ball snapped. Literally, as soon as he touches the ball, he has to scramble and everything. He has to drop back. It's not a good situation for him in Cincinnati right now with that offensive line. So that's something that the Bengals definitely need to work on for the next coming seasons if they want Burrow to really progress as a quarterback and continue to be the elite player that he is and was at LSU. He needs protection because we see when he has time, like, he's still able to deliver pretty good passes. He's taken some huge hits. He's able still to just step up in the pocket and make the big time throws, even though he knows he's going to get drilled after releasing that ball. So we know Burrow has that elite capability of just getting rid of the ball, and he's not afraid to take the hit to get the ball where it needs to be. If the Bengals give Burrow more protection and more time in the pocket and everything to just increase that accuracy of the throw and not have that pressure constantly in his face, maybe he gets to run some more play action plays if the protection's better, because we know it's just not working right now. Burrow, if he gets an offensive line, I really like where this kid's at. I really like where the Bengals as a team are at. Their skill position players are really good. You got Mixon in the backfield. He's a good running back. They just signed him long term. They got AJ Green. They got Tyler Boyd. They got John Ross. They got T. Higgins. So those are 4 pretty decent wide receivers. I like what I'm seeing from the wide receivers in Cincinnati. And then tight ends, you got Sample and you got I may impronounce this. I think his name is Uzma. He caught a touchdown last night from Burrow. Burrow threw all three of his touchdowns last night. He did rush for one in the game against the Chargers, but it's just tough for him right now with that offensive line. Granted, he has thrown. There were a few missed throws last night and against the Chargers. Like he had a wide open touchdown to AJ Green against the Chargers, missed that one, and he did throw some balls behind some people in the game last night. I remember there was one that was a bit off to AJ Green again for a big first down that he just missed. So he hasn't been perfect, which no QB is perfect, not even Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, or Lamar Jackson. None of those guys are perfect. None of those guys go out and throw 100% of their passes for completion, but there definitely is some stuff that Burrow still needs to work on and everything. No question about that. So I'm not saying that Burrow, if the line fixes and everything, that he'll be perfect, that he'll be throwing for 6 touchdowns every game for 100% completion. He'll be throwing over 300 yards a game. That's not what I'm saying. There is still some stuff that it's just a rookie quarterback working through the NFL. But from what I've seen from a rookie quarterback right now, compared to what I've seen from other rookie quarterbacks before, and especially that the team and the situation that Joe Burrow is in Cincinnati with that offensive line, I really like what I'm seeing from this kid. I think even LeBron tweeted last night something about how elite this kid is. I can't remember the exact quote, but he was raving on about how good Joe Burrow is. So people see it. It's not just me saying this. A lot of people see the maturity and the just winning mentality and just the play style that Burrow plays with is an NFL level quarterback. He is an NFL level quarterback, and he's like gone out and he says that winning is the only thing that matters. He doesn't care about how many touchdowns he throws. He doesn't care about how many yards he throws for. He doesn't care about how many highlight reel plays he can make or anything like that. I have a quote right here. It says, Burrow in an interview says losing isn't very fun, and the Bengals are 0-2, so obviously this isn't the start that he intended for, the start that he wanted to happen. But overall, I don't think it was a bad beginning to a career for Joe Burrow at all. My grade, if we're going grades, I'm going to give him, I'd say, an A-. Definitely stuff to work on. They haven't won a game yet, but the line is just taking him down so much, and I think that that is a huge reason why the Bengals haven't won a game, in my opinion. If the line was able to hold up and everything, if the line's able to establish more of a running game, Mixon does a heck of a job for what he has with that offensive line. It's not easy for him to find holes and everything like that. He's making guys miss all the time. He's getting guys come at him in the backfield behind the line of scrimmage, and he just has to juke him out and turn it into just like a 3-yard gain or whatever. So what Mixon is being able to do is pretty impressive, but if that Bengals line just improved, you improve the run game with Mixon, that opens up the passing game. It's all just strategy from there. Opens up the passing game, allows Burrow more time in the pocket, and you see what happened last year at LSU when you give Burrow time. You just find guys, you find everyone open, and that's when Burrow goes and throws for like 6 touchdowns against Oklahoma. He throws like this guy would just give him time in the pocket, then he will be an elite quarterback. He's a good quarterback right now. He's a good rookie quarterback. I can't compare it to any other rookie quarterbacks because Tua and Herbert haven't played yet. But I do feel like Burrow is the best out of those 3, and he will continue to prove that. And another thing I really love about Burrow is just he's not afraid. His first 2 games in the NFL, he's not afraid at all to put some zip on that ball and really attack the middle of the field. I love seeing that. That's why LSU's offense was so productive last season. Joe Brady's offense last year with Burrow, they were so efficient and so good because their ability to attack the middle of the field and just how they weren't afraid to attack the middle of the field. Even though you got linebackers there, you got safeties there and everything, LSU was not afraid to attack the middle of the field last year, and I feel like that's really translating to the NFL this year because Burrow isn't afraid to throw these balls down the seam, down in the pocket and everything like that against these NFL teams, which some other guys, usually in rookie quarterbacks, you want to target the outside because you don't want to throw throws in the middle where everyone is. But Joe Burrow, I'm extremely I'm extremely impressed by his maturity and everything to really step up and be able to make those throws in the middle of the field, even though there's guys there, and put some zip on the ball. He doesn't just lob it. He's not trying to aim the ball. He's just throwing it, putting some zip on it, and there've been beautiful throws, which a guy like, compared to him and Tua, if you saw Tua in the NFL, most of his throws were either drag routes to his wide receivers, because he had like the best 4 wide receivers that will ever play on a single team in college football, or they were deep down the sideline on the outside. Tua didn't really attack the middle of the field as much as LSU did, so that is something that you see that Burrow does very well that you haven't seen from these other rookie quarterbacks in college. So overall, Burrow, great performance his first 2 games. Definitely has room to improve, but it's not all his fault that they've lost the games. Again, that offensive line has really taken him down, and the defense could play a bit better at times. They made a good goal line stop. Last night, I remember the Browns had the ball in the 1, and they went 4 plays, couldn't even score. So the Bengals defense isn't terrible, but again, they could still make some plays to help that offense. Overall, A-. I've said it, A-. That is my final report for Joe Burrow in his first 2 games. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Definitely like the video. Definitely subscribe for more football content. And comment down below what you think of Burrow in his first 2 games. And definitely come back next time.